Do you battle belt, bro?
My belt ain't never seen no battle, brother.
The day is still young.
Oh. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the, Geardos and the Weirdos. Hello, Gear Gang. We hope you're doing well. So today we're doing another episode of Cost Efficient and Combat Effective, talking about how we set our kit up, basic setups, and today we're talking about belts. I really love my battle belt. Obviously, it's, my Dirty Citizen belt. I used to say Dirty Civilian, but I feel like that term has been co-opted and, we're not trying to rip nobody off. So my Dirty Citizen setup, I really enjoy it. I wear it a lot at the range. I wear it a lot when I shoot competition because I like to shoot NFC when we shoot e.d.c. I don't believe in running a third gaming setup. Obviously, there's, pros and cons to running it, especially if you're in USPSA or other, go fast, don't suck kind of competition environments. As far as belts go, I like to keep it pretty simple.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
When we first started training together, our setups were different. Like they started out being a lot more different than they are now. And
all of mine was Condor.
I thought you had a different belt to start out.
No, I had a Condor.
Well, it still
and an
works.
Alice belt. We'll get to that.
Classic. So we started out in pretty different places, and eventually, like between training and iteration and kind of just figuring out what we like personally, your mileage may vary, we kind of ended up to a pretty similar setup as far as the base. What do you like to run on your belt? We'll kind of start with Brian.
Right. So what I like to run on mine is I keep mine kind of minimalists, even though there's a lot of crap on it.
Yep.
I have a Safariland holster because they're, right, in my opinion, as at the time, they are a superior holster.
I have yet to find another outside waistband retention holster that I like better. There's some good options out there right now. Don't get me wrong. It's not something that I enjoy spending over $200 on a holster.
So also I have a Baofeng right here now because, radios are expensive, bro. So
super expensive radio right there. It's high quality goods, fan gang. But at the same time, right, if you're not running additional kit, we're talking about line gear in that sense. So starting at the bottom of the food pyramid, if you're a 90s kid, I know you're visualizing that with me. So in the bottom of our line gear, right, you got your e.d.c. Essentially, you should keep that thing on you at all times for close encounters. And all of the goodies that you need, basic medical, light, multi-tool, knife, reload, basic stuff.
Best way I look at it is, say we're setting up a patrol base or something and it's in an environment where you can drop your armor if you have that option. Or you're walking around a fob or whatever. You're setting up camp around your camp when you're on a camping trip. You can drop all your heavy gear like your plate carrier, chest rig, helmet, but you keep your belt on and you have everything you need to get to your belt.
Get to the rest of the front of the belt.
To your gear.
Totally.
So
I got you.
Holster, radio, IFAK, individual first aid kit, always have one.
So Brian, in his experienced wisdom, we'll just say that.
Right.
Classic grunt knowledge.
Attach your first aid kit to your war belt.
Dummy cords on your dummy cords. But why would you do that? Let me just ask the dumb question. Why would you do that?
All right, so there's two major reasons. One is at nighttime, the woods will take all your shit. It does not care who you are. It will take your stuff.
The night monster will win.
Right. Second reason is I am injured. He has to help me. He's going to use my first aid kit on me. Something happens, environment change. He's got to now drag me somewhere. If this isn't attached to me, he's going to leave it. So attach it to yourself and make sure everything isn't a yard sale when you open it.
Before I even knew how to use the tourniquet, I bought one because, it's how most of our skill building works in the tactical. Wish we were tactical world.
Right.
My LARPerational experience clearly dictates that is how it goes.
Also keep a dump pouch because in the day of tucking in your brown shirt into your BDU pants and shoving your magazines down your shirt, it sucked. So now we have small, lightweight Blue Force Gear dump pouches. It's the one I prefer. I have the X-Tac Kiwi magazine carriers, and I have a Grimlock.
Turn them around.
And I have a Grimlock just to if I want to throw my gloves on there, if it's an old habit because I used to run a D-ring on my Alice kit to put Ranger pull tab 550 cord magazines onto, but then you're running around click-clacking like a mad person. But gloves, ear pro, you can stick your helmet's chin strap through there. Basically, that's it. That's all I run.
You could probably attach your bag of snacks if you have a good reusable bag with a handle. You could probably attach your snack bag there for, you know, hiking and camping activities.
I want a Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
So one big thing, dude, send us a Scooby-Doo lunchbox and we'll do it. So one thing that you did differently than I did is this little doohickey on the side. So again, stupid civilian question, Brian. What is that thingy?
So this is a weight-bearing belt. I can say we're in a deer blind,
yes,
elevated position.
So you're leaving your deer blind in a quick manner.
Right, we need to clip into it so you don't fall out. Or with this and another device I have, you can make a hasty Swiss seat, emergency Swiss seat to get out of an area. Yeah, I hope I don't ever have to do that. But old habits die hard, and I got it set up like this.
Sometimes you will be overwatching your hangout with, you know, you're up there with your waifu pillow in your Overwatch position, watching, you know, like, you know, administrative results or something fun. And you know what? Maybe you'll have to leave in a hurry because it's dinner time. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is actually a Blue Force Gear Warrior Poet Society belt.
Yep.
Because, you know, John Lovell knows things. You should listen.
I really like John Lovell as far as the Warrior Poet Society stuff. I met him for 30 seconds at SHOT Show one time and fanboyed hard and was like, I'm wearing ankle kit, hi. And he was like, looked down at my legs like, yes, you are. And that was it. It was really bad. You know, like, got to prepare for some of those moments. Like, I have so much to say. What am I going to do, Pastor Joe? Hi. It's kind of like that. So I really didn't know. As far as in my LARPerational experience, I have not ever had to leave my Overwatch position to get more cookies and return to it quickly. So you know what? I didn't get the load-bearing version. I don't have the extra thingy on the front, but our setups are pretty similar. I had these tacos from back in the day when I was running this HSGI one. So that's my first belt I'd ever had. The elf bought it for me because he's solid. I think I bought like an Israeli 5.56 rig or something from Cheaper Than Dirt. Don't ever buy anything from them. Rarely will we ever say anything like this, but support companies that support you and support your Second Amendment rights. Anyway, that belt was a gift. So I started out not knowing anything and I bought that belt. I was still running that belt when I started doing camera stuff industry-wise, and I didn't know any better. And honestly, it served my needs at the time. So Brian mentioned Condor earlier. Again, this is kind of talking about our, you know, cost-effective part of it. We think you should run what you got. At the end of the day, you dance with who you brung.
Exactly.
And if you have a Minuteman bag that's got a strap on it and you've got 6 mags, an Nalgene bottle, and medical on there, bro, you and a rifle in that, you're pretty squared away. Maybe you don't need a belt. Maybe you have a rig or something you can stick a pistol in. You're not running a belt because you don't have one. It's cool. We support your decision to do some sort of training with what you have. But on the flip side, I realized that the double belt system is vastly superior in most every way.
Absolutely.
Except for if you're trying to run a bunch of weight in a like jungle kit style suspender setup, which we'll get some B-roll of to put up on screen. But essentially, we're going to talk about that here in a minute if you catch my drift. Brian's getting a little squirrely over here. But this suspender setup, I think it's tactical tailor, but essentially that was good for then. I started trying to kind of do a jungle belt setup and realized that I would much rather run some different kit. It didn't really work for me, my style, and my LARPerational necessities. But it's pretty solid in the sense that the rubber does help stop some friction. It does make you sweat more. It's a huge belt, so it's chunky and it's not two-piece, so it's gonna ride up every time you bend down, you run, you name it, it's gonna ride up unless you roll it like an old school LBE, rolled it a little looser as far as the waist, rely on the suspenders a ton, and you're not wearing any other belt setup because it's not going to work with that. So you got to figure out, where's my pistol going? All of those questions.
Right.
Again, your mileage may vary.
So I ran a Condor kit for 2 years. Totally fine. Didn't fail. Surprisingly, didn't fail. I did have to constantly go with a lighter and burn a little phrase that come off. So the benefit to something like this is if you're going to wear a pack,
Yeah.
you can unclip the front, let it sag. Right here is a good example of exactly how we did that.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it before I thought. It's a premature gear presentation.
So this is basically almost exactly what I ran 2 frag pouches, 2 3-round mag pouches, 2 saw pouches, 2 canteens, a butt pack, and then the Fat Boy clip. So you have to keep your gear versatile. When you upgrade in cold weather gear, you're putting on thicker stuff.
Or
it
that
extends your
mop
belt.
gear stuff too, right?
Mop gear, which is your nuclear, chemical, biological, or biological warfare suit, your chem suit.
Hello, Saddam.
Oh, that guy! What a party he threw. So yeah, that's scaling of where we started.
So things that modern belts are missing. So it's shoot, move, communicate, and sustain. Sorry, my hand doesn't work that well. Pinky. So sustainment being important for the infantryman and warrior for, what would you say, the beginning of time?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So ancient Romans had to carry all their own crap.
They were some hard dudes. I wonder how that got that way. Sustainment's a huge thing, right? You need to be able to have water. You need to be able to drink your water if you got a gas mask. You need to be able to have additional ammo. You need to have some kind of goodies on you in your butt pack as far as maybe some calories, maybe some water filtration, maybe some layers, rain layer.
Right. So what I did is I put a field stripped MRE, a poncho liner and poncho in my butt pack. This was all ammo because a basic combat loadout is 7 magazines, 210 rounds, and you will go through that in 2 minutes. So,
3 magazine chest rig wrench.
So rolling.
Not right now.
Oh, good call. Woo! Let that steam out.
Put it back in. Put it back in. Take the knife hand and reholster it real quick.
I mean, not everybody's on fucking Hollywood.
But we wanted to bring that up in the same sense of it being cost effective. Obviously, surplus kit is cool. A, it's useful.
works.
B, it's number 2 cool if you catch my net and fancy drift. And honestly, it works. It worked for a long time for a lot of dudes. Your Instagram speed reloads may be a little different, but at the same time, it's still effective. So if you can afford that and surplus is what you got, we'll get into chest rigs and full setups as far as combat loads go.
Yeah, more detail on med kits and.
But in all reality, it kills me inside that surplus isn't as available now because we're giving it to our enemies. But at the same time, it's still out there. Venture Surplus is one of my favorites. The Guerrilla Gang dudes have some cool surplus on their website. Where do you like to get stuff?
Venture Surplus. I get a lot of stuff off of Venture Surplus.
Yeah, there's a taps rig over there we're going to talk about for some cost-effective chest rigs. So, autistic segue back into my belt because we didn't finish it. I'm sorry. But
My bad.
No, honestly, we needed to get into that stuff because the why is important, especially in the new gun owner sense, the new to training, new to whatever. Say you just want to have fun. Guns are supposed to be fun. Training should be fun and challenge you. But if you're really hating it, again, reevaluate.
Well, are you paying the man or not?
Got to pay the man. So same basic belt setup, not the load bearing one. I had 2 pistol tacos because that was what I had at the time. I swapped them off of that thing. I like the tacos because you can use them for different things other than pistol mags. It'll work with different mags, multi-tool light, whatever you feel like stuffing in there. Maybe like a protein bar, whatever. You do you. So I got 2 Kiwis, rifle Kiwis. Love these things. Hard to beat. It's probably my favorite rifle pouch. I've heard people talk about other ones. There's some cool other ones out there. Don't get me wrong. Run what you got. This is on here. Brian gave it to me. It's just a single mag pouch, but it holds a Baofeng. So,
British military issue.
yeah, so talk about, tactical hobo clown show. But it was good enough to put a radio in, so I had it. I didn't want to buy another pouch. I was kind enough to have a brother that gifted it to me, but I wanted to have some kind of radio capability. Sometimes you just want to play around with your radios and maybe, upsec a little bit on pushing the button on there, but whatever. So this is for my Zin and, also for things like compasses or small items, stuff that's in my pockets that's in the way when I put my leg strap on, stuff like that. But this is a old school grenade pouch. I think we got that at the local surplus store. So in case you're curious on the capacity, it's a 3 mag capacity.
A 2.5 Zen capacity.
Yeah, you could easily stuff 3 in there if you really want to make sure you're able to sustain. But it's good for lots of stuff. I just like to have some extra ability. When we're filming, I stuff things everywhere. I need all that space, especially in the sense, especially in the sense that it just suits my needs. I could easily take this thing off, give me a minute, it's gone.
So I used to put a compass in there. See how you got this right here? There's a strap on the inside to retain the spoon on a hand grenade.
Tie downs. Crazy.
Dummy cord your compass in there.
Anything that is valuable, you would dummy cord. So this is a little Velcro admin pouch. I don't remember who makes this thing. Again, I know we're professional Geardos, totally professional. But I love to put my multi-tool and my pocket knife,
Skittles,
flashlight in there, some Skittles. I would stray away from like Reese's or Snickers for the obvious reasons, unless you're, operating in a on Hoth.
No charms for those who know you know.
No charms.
No charms.
Not in the field. Never.
I will slap them out of your hand.
Yeah, so it's good for dumping in my pockets as far as putting my leg strap on. You know what I mean? If I wanted to stuff extra medical in here, I could. Versatility, that's kind of my theory. It just Velcros on. It's not mollied. So this thing, and if you can tell now, this is why I run this patch on the stuff I use all the time. So everyone can see it and advertise now. We're special out here. This is the SOB from our homies at Refuge Medical. I'm surprised there's only one Refuge Medical product on the table right now. I could pull off a tourniquet, or you could pull off the musky leg dealio. But essentially, we're not supposed to talk. Are we talking about this yet? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Future Taylor,
put it away.
Save us. So it's a great option for a belt kit in a few different ways, right? You're able to stick a tourniquet on top, TQ staged inside. I like this one because it is easy access, both hands, no problem. And it's gonna be able to get to the front of your person.
I love how the dust and gravel comes out because we actually use our shit.
Yeah, there's some East Texas dirt in there for sure. So it's everything you need, nothing you don't in the most compact sense, right? So you're able to pretty much handle the march algorithm based on what you got on your person. Obviously, you should have more than one tourniquet. You got more than one appendage. Again, your mileage may vary in your operations, but I like it. I need to dummy cord it. That's the one thing I kind of realized I needed to roast myself on, is that it's not dummy corded.
I see you voted.
I did vote early, by the way. Take care of your community, be a part of it. God, the soapboxes we're getting on today. So this is a Safari Line holster. There are many like it, but this one's mine. It was the most expensive holster I've ever bought because I like the poppy one, and the proceeds were going to help support something I believe in. Right. Kind of why we're doing this.
And if you want to know what the poppies represent, definitely go Google it.
Yeah.
Go look it up.
So I got a tourniquet on the front. Basically, it's just a quick, easy retainer. This one is, snake soil eater. So it's a soil eater TQ. We'll throw it up on screen, but it's got a spot for a Sharpie and a spot for a TQ. You can tell it gets dirty if you go into the prone, because nobody really uses the prone, right?
I mean, yeah.
Sorry,
a little bit.
I was throwing a little hard on that one. But in all reality, it does get a little dirty. There's obviously some better options out there as far as being able to cover up the Velcro on the TQ, help it last a little longer, UV, all that. But for the most part, it's a good option. I definitely like to put my trainer TQ in there and use it when we're running around on the range. It's pretty easy access with both hands. So far, my experience has been pretty good.
If you haven't shot with a tourniquet on, you should do it. You'll find out some stuff.
We're definitely going to do some tourniquet talks at some point, but I guess the whole moral of the story here is train with what you have. If you have a cool two-piece belt, awesome. If you've got something else, just use it. A lot of my purchasing has been informed by people that are competition shooters, people that are tactical shooters, people that are just normal dudes, LTC, and that shoot well, right? Just use what you have and go out and train.
Until it breaks.
Until it breaks, because it's going to break, right? Aim points break. Charge-Gons break. We've broken a few things so far.
Always check your equipment because you never know when the balloon will go up.
It's all LARPing until it's not.
That services. Everyone wants to LARP until they're actually LARPing.
So that's. I was going to ask what your final thought was, and I guess that was kind of it, right?
Maintain your gear, cleanliness. That way it doesn't rot. And check it for serviceability. When you find a piece that isn't serviceable, replace it.
And dummy cord your stuff.
And if you can, upgrade it when you replace it.
Yep. Figure out a way to work with what you got. Honestly, there's lots of cheap options out there. And where can they find us?
You can find us at Spicy Snafu on Instagram.
Until next time.
Stay safe in all you do.
Stay spicy. Get out there. Get some reps in.